What's up, everyone, and welcome to Relentless Fit 365. This is the weekly vlog where I talk about fitness and nutrition and anything that seems to pertain to fitness and nutrition, whether it be your questions or things that I just happen to come up off the top of my head. I know that a lot of you have been very dedicated in the recent videos, workout videos that have come up, and we now are 9 videos into this workout program, and a lot of you have been very dedicated and have been working out to every single video. Keep up the good work. You're doing awesome. Don't lose sight of your goals. You set ambitions for a reason, so keep it up. But on top of the fitness side, there's also the nutrition side, which is 50% of your success. I don't want you to be so dedicated in your fitness side that you feel like you can get comfortable when it comes to nutrition, and you're going to lose some of those results if you're not careful in nutrition. So in this first vlog, especially when we're targeting nutrition, I want it to be very basic. So what I did is I came up with 5 rules that you should follow in order to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Rule number 1. This is probably the most important to me because people tend to neglect the most simplest of things, and it might be the very thing that holds them back. Don't drink your calories. Don't drink them. Don't drink them. Don't do it. Drink water. Drink a lot of water. If you're drinking sodas, if you're drinking sweetened tea and other sugary drinks, or even if you're drinking too much coffee and you're adding creamers and sugars and things of that nature, these are calories that are going into your body that a lot of times they're not accounted for. People don't even really pay attention to these calories, and these calories pile up, and they certainly are holding you back from your goals. One of the most popular complaints I get when it comes to people drinking water and not enjoying drinking water is the fact that they don't like the taste of it. Here's a trick. Try to drink water warm. It tends to go down easier. And at some point, if you're taking sips every 10 to 15 minutes throughout the day, carry a water bottle with you. Make it a part of your life. If you don't have a water bottle, go out and buy one and continue to fill it up throughout the day. Take sips every 10 to 15 minutes without even thinking about it. Yes, you will pee more. Look, this is a good thing because this is removing all the toxins in your body and it's flushing out all the bad things, and eventually you're going to get into a point where water becomes something that you crave. And if you haven't drank water throughout the day, your body's going to notice that. Rule number 2, don't count your calories. Look, I know there's a lot of great programs out there, and one of the gauges they use is calories. So that way you know how much you're taking in and you know how much you're trying to burn, so you know if you're achieving your results, based on calories. And I understand that these are great programs, but eventually you're going to have to come back down to reality. This isn't something that you can live with the rest of your life. At some point, you're probably going to stop counting your calories, and then it becomes a problem because that just turns out to be a diet. And my philosophy in diet is it's for short term, and it gets to that point where once the diet's over, you tend to go back to your habits. And when you go back to habits, they tend to be bad, and they tend to be the things that became easiest to us or were the most comfortable for us. So counting your calories, if that helps you at this point rev things up and get into that point, that's fine. But you just know at some point you're going to have to stop counting your calories and know where your portions are at. And that brings me to rule number 3. Rule number 3, very basic, but most people misunderstand this rule. It's portion control. Portion control is pretty simple. Let's use the fist method. It's one of the most popular. You take your fist, you cut it in half. Don't literally do it, but take it in half. Visualize it. And that's basically the size of meat, lean meat, that you should be eating. I'm talking lean meats, chicken, some sort of white fish, tilapia of that nature. Salmon's a good one. Occasionally you might want to have some red meats, but let's not overdo the red meats. You want to make sure they're lean meats, and we'll get into more depth in that to some degree. 6 ounces, maybe 8 ounces tops. You don't want to get much more than that when it comes to protein. That's plenty of protein on your plate. So you have your protein, but you also want to make sure you have vegetables. And I'd recommend having vegetables in every meal. You can have it for breakfast, you can have vegetables for lunch, you can have vegetables for dinner, you can have vegetables before you go to bed. You can't necessarily overdo vegetables. I suppose you can overdo everything if you want to get crazy, but you're better off to eat more vegetables and less of the meat. When it comes to portion control, a trick I want to recommend to you is to prepare your food ahead of time. So if you're watching this video, it happens to be on Sunday, which is the first day of the week, but then we go into Monday, which tends to be everybody's first day of the week when it comes to going to work. So today should be the day that you prepare all of your meals for lunch when you go to work. Absolutely. All of them. Get those fancy little things, plasticware, where you can just pack those right up, all 5 meals, put them in the fridge, and that way when you wake up, you don't even have to think about it. You pick it up, you throw it in your bag, you take off to work, and you have your meal there. Look, here's the problem with eating good nutrition is that you have to make it very simple. Otherwise, we're going to look for the simplest and when it comes to saving time. And that's why fast foods tend to be where we reach for. If we make it easy on ourselves, we're more likely to eat better. And as far as eating better, that brings me to rule number 4. And rule number 4 is let's embrace single ingredients that go into our body. You know, if it's something that our ancestors 100 years ago, 200 years ago can recognize, we're probably doing okay. But if it's something that we're reading from a bag and we don't understand it, I don't care how healthy the bag says it is, that's a marketing tactic. We probably want to avoid it. I always say there's a rule of green. Green is good when it comes to veggies, but I just said that my 3 favorites, spinach, kale, and broccoli. If you're reaching for those, you're making some pretty good decisions. And at some point, that just becomes the flavor you reach for. And why would you want to give up all the hard work? If you went through the 9 videos of working out and you're revving yourself up, you want to fill it with good fuel. And of course, this brings me to my 5th and final rule. And I know many of you are thinking, Jake, and all your rules. If I haven't lost you yet, congratulations for sticking with it and watching the end of this video for this final rule. Listen, I understand that you're making a lot of changes in your life, and you recognize that you have to push things that your body used to crave out of your life. And that's rough. So you have to give yourself an incentive. Don't be afraid to give yourself a reward meal. And I say reward because if you're eating clean 95% of the week, you're entitled to enjoy a meal that's a treat, something you enjoy, whether it be sweets, whether it be something salty. Make sure you keep it to 1 meal, and make sure after that reward is over, you go right back to the pattern of knowing, hey, I still have to put good fuel in my body. But what it's going to do is going to give you an incentive to eat right, knowing that, hey, I'm looking forward to this reward, and if I don't mess up, I'm entitled to it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you follow these 5 rules, I'm not saying this is the know-all be-all of nutrition, but at least it's going to put you in a better light of where you need to be. If you maintain a healthy life, if you maintain good portion control, and you keep it 95% clean, then you are entitled to reward yourself. It's something to reach for. And it keeps you on track, and you're feeling better between workouts, you're putting in good fuel in your body, and you're starting to see results. If you have good nutrition coupled with a dedicated training, then you will certainly see the pounds come off, you will see beautiful muscles start to sculpt and muscle tone in your body, and you can't get better than that. Thank you for watching. Stay dedicated in your training program. Stay dedicated in nutrition. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Always remember, eat healthy, train hard, have fun. I'm Jake. You're watching Relentless Fit 365, and I'm out.